Lee Hogan here, VIP Boxing, down at Jimmy Egan's Boxing Academy with young Mr. Joe McGuinness. Joe, how you doing, kiddo?
Good, how are you?
Do you know, I've always wanted to do this interview because you put pen to paper with my boss, now your manager, Steve Wood, about a month ago?
Yeah, about a month ago, yeah.
We're not sure of a date yet. We was hoping for the 28th of September, but you've still got a bit of red tape to do, get your medical sorted, but we know it's going to be before the end of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm genuinely excited, mate. You're a kid that I've followed perhaps more than most. I was just going through my records, seeing how many times I've filmed you. You know how many times?
Go on.
20 plus. From when you were a little kid. In fact, it must have been one of your skills bouts. So I don't know how many skills bouts did you have?
I only had about 3 skills bouts, yeah.
Right, well then it was one of them.
Yeah.
And it was on one of Jimmy Egan's Boxing Academy shows, and Eddie the Eagle, Eddie Egan was dishing out the trophies, and you were tiny, mate, tiny little angelic looking kid. He didn't look like he should ever be boxing, but you proved us all wrong, because you're arguably one of the most enjoyable kids for me to watch. And but fair to say, you've had a lot of bad luck in amateur boxing.
Riddled with it.
I don't know anyone who's been injured as much or as regular as you over the last 7 years.
Yeah.
But you've managed to persevere with it, keep training, keep getting back in the gym, keep rebuilding yourself, and keep coming back. And consistently, from being a little kid, you've been there or thereabouts, national level.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though you've never won a national title, you've been to a final. I think it was after lockdown 2021.
Yeah.
You got all the way to the final, and again, bad luck strikes. You
COVID.
get COVID.
What a joke that is, eh? Went through the whole of COVID, like 2-3 years of COVID, didn't get it once, and then went and got it in the final, didn't I?
So,
typical.
Listen, you're always going to have a little bit of bad luck in boxing, you know.
Still there, aren't we?
Well,
still there.
Hopefully, you've had all your bad luck. I don't think you can have much more than you've had anyway, mate.
No
Injuries,
chance.
2 shoulders, back, you know, it's been everything. But for the last, would I say, 18 months, injury free?
Yeah. Well, I got this one done about last year. Well, to be fair, you know, about 9 months, 10 months injury free.
Right.
And now I'm back now. Shoulders feel like I've got bionic shoulders, so I'm all good. Yeah, loving it.
What did you actually have done in them?
So my ligaments had ripped off my socket and my shoulders from like when I've been fighting and that. It keeps slipping out, but obviously it goes back in, so you carry on. So obviously constant doing that, it just got worse and worse. So my ligaments just kept ripping off. So they needed to like put them back on my socket, stable my shoulder up, and now brand new.
Amazing, now look at that. There's
No,
only 2
not even
little
a scar.
pimples in it.
Not
They
even a
used to be
scar.
major, used to be big proper scars, them, you know.
I wanted one of them, look a bit harder, wouldn't I?
Like an action man.
I know, instead of like a pretty boy.
But when did you make this decision then to kick over?
So I've wanted to do it since I was about 5 years old, but so I had obviously winning championships and I had a few good runs and all that.
Well, hang on, let me stop you then. Before we talk about it, let's go right back to the beginning. I told you that you must have been about 11 years old when I filmed you for the first time, 12 years ago, 2013, 2012-ish. How did you first find this place, the Tyson Fury's first home?
Do you know what? I didn't expect it to be how it was, but so obviously I've come in and I knew one lad here, so I'm here on my own. First day, thought, do you know what? Get in the ring and I'll make my statement. I didn't know how to throw a punch or nothing, but I get in and I do some kid in and I think, right, yeah, this is my place now. I'm ready for it. And ever since, every time I come here, everyone here, all that, I just love every minute of it.
Because you've never been anywhere else.
Never been.
Egan's has moved around on many occasions, but he settled here about 14-15 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is your home, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't know.
I spend more time here than I have at my home. It's mad. But yeah, I love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world, to be honest.
And how did you find this place? And that's what I was trying to get to, because our first I found about you, because your brother always kept telling me, your brother and your dad, you just kept telling me, watch our Joe, Joe's really good. Now I've filmed Billy on a few occasions, but every time I spoke to him, he was just saying, you've got to watch our Joe. And about 7 years ago, I filmed you up in Blackpool, and you got a good win over there. He was a good kid, and that's when you first really came to my attention, even though I filmed you 4 or 5 years before that.
Yeah, so I've always wanted to do it, but my mum would just always tell my dad, no, you're not going. So then the first day of secondary school, I met a lad called Clark Smith. He still boxes now.
Yeah, Clark's
he's a good lad.
Really well.
Yeah, he's with Gallagher's, and he come here. So I was like, I went home, and I used to have to go with my granddad's because my brother used to fight after school, so I couldn't go back home. So then I went to my granddad's. I was like begging him, so he took me down. Obviously seen my mate here, so then I've not left. He left after about a year, but I've been here ever since now, 11 years, with bloody Steve Egan.
and I mean, you've got a great connection with Steve. He's not here, he's having a root canal done, isn't he? So we'll catch up with him near when we have a date and a venue. But we just introducing you to the VIP public. As I say, I know you really well, and I'm really excited for your journey. So that was it, did you say 2012 when you walked into this place?
Yeah, I'd say about that, yeah.
And how many fights altogether then as an amateur?
Altogether, about 74 fights I've had, done well though,
And you've
fought
been
everyone.
Really, I've got a list here of some of the kids that I mean, you have fought everyone, but just in the northwest now, there's kids that are who are doing well as pros, and also who are just about to turn over. I mean, young Campbell Hatton, I remember playing with Campbell, a kid who's just about to make his debut, Alfie Middlemiss, Will Hewlett, who just won the Nationals last year, didn't he?
Good lad,
Jack Murphy, numerous fights with him.
About 4 fights,
top kid who's a pro with us now, doing really well. And a kid, I remember, I was surprised when I watched it because it was on a Withenshaw Forum, and they brought in, because they always match you hard, and they match you, even on your home shows, they match you with good kids.
Not going to learn otherwise, are you? So you wanted to fight the best.
And you fought a kid called Ibrahim Sullivan, who I'd heard a lot about because
Spider.
Spider, because he used to box at Eastside. Now he's pro. I think he's 4-0 as a pro.
Yeah, he just won the championships and turned pro, didn't he?
Yeah,
he's a good kid.
So you've been mixing it with the best amateurs for a long time. But injuries, like I said, for the last 5-6 years have been an absolute nightmare for you. And I watched you. Well, I can't remember what was the last fight. I think you weren't at your best fitness-wise. You lost. I thought you won the fight. It was in the was it the quarterfinals of the
quarters of the Northwest
regions. I thought you'd won the fight, but because you looked like what I always expect you to be. You looked brilliant. The first 2 rounds, you cruised through the fight. But hats off to the other kid. He stuck in there, and he won the last round quite big. But he never dropped you or anything.
No.
2 rounds to 1.
No one can.
Is that right? You've never been dropped as an amateur?
Never been dropped, never been rocked. So good luck when you're out there.
but yeah, I think was that the what I was alluding to before? Was that the time when you thought, that's it, I've got enough of the amateurs now, I want to go pro?
Yeah. So I wanted to do it for a little bit, but obviously with injuries and all that, like I wanted to. In my original plan, I wanted to be pro by the time I was 20, 21, and I wanted to have a few fights. So being 23 now, I was hoping at least like 12 fights pro. But sadly, with all the injuries and that, I wasn't able to do all that. So it's held me back a little bit. So I thought after this fight, luckily Steve got me over in Saudi on Tyson's camp.
Oh right.
Yeah, so I was over there, and obviously sparring hours at Lowe was a good kid. So sparring over there, I was learning quite a bit, just being like in with a pro and all that, doing all that, and I just thought, once these championships work, I want to win them and hopefully get a nice contract. But obviously, sadly, didn't work out. But it works. I landed on my feet really because luckily Steve's took me in to see Steve Woods. So then I've got a contract. I'm more ready than ever, and I'm hungry, so I'm ready to go really.
Yeah, and do you feel like you say, is this the best physically you've felt ever in your boxing career since you've been fighting the top kids? And since you what, 13 years old, you've been fighting the top kids in the country.
Yeah,
that's 10 years, mate.
Yeah, easily. This is the best I've felt. I feel my shoulders are perfect, my body's strong, everything. I don't feel like I've got no injuries in sight, touch wood, obviously. But yeah, I feel good. I feel ready. So.
And what I mean, most of your senior, your elite career was at 60 kilos.
Yeah.
What are you going to be as a professional?
Yeah, so I'm going to do lightweight as a professional. Obviously, when I get a day before weighing, I'll probably do super feather, so it's around lightweight 61.
9-ish, just under the 10 stone mark for your on the day weigh-ins.
Yeah.
And then if everything goes perfectly, touch wood, and you progress the way we think you're going to progress, then your first titles, you hope, are going to be at super featherweight.
Yeah, and then we can move up and get even more.
That's what's perfect about you, is you've got this. Your frame is fantastic, isn't it, for boxing? You've got a great set of shoulders on you, and if you make super featherweight, you're going to be absolutely massive.
Yeah. Tower over everyone.
Does that excite you?
Yeah, very excited.
Excites me.
I could be the littlest one in there and I'm still excited. I'm ready to go. I just love fighting, so any stage, anywhere, let's go in it, really.
But you're a good kid and you say you love fighting. I know you love fighting because I've watched you numerous occasions. But you know, most kids that you think a little bit of a misspent youth, but you've not. All you've ever done is been in here.
Yeah. Oh, it's all I know, really. Fighting. It's the only thing I'm good at. Fighting and having a chin wag. That's about it, innit?
We had a long chin wag before.
I know.
What are you hoping for then when you turn over? What would be an ideal scenario for you? Where would you like to be? Let's say we're talking in 3 years' time. Where would you
3
like
years'
to be?
time. I want to have a good amount of fights under my belt, double figures, obviously, and I want a title. Any title, I'll take. No matter who it is, I'm taking a title. I want Northern Area, English title, British title, international, anything.
You want to go the traditional route and go all the way through.
Yeah, anything to get my hands on. I've got to have some belts for my kids when I'm older, haven't I? Give them a dream.
You're not got no kids on anything, have you?
No, not yet. No. Make some money first, and then they can have them.
Yeah, you've got to focus on this. And obviously in this gym, I mean, there's pictures all over the place, you know, as you just mentioned before, you know, as a young fighter, going over to Saudi to work in the camp with Tyson Fury. I mean, how was that for you?
Oh, absolutely unreal. Like, the whole time, even on the plane on the way over there, I had to go on my own. Just a big fat smile on my face, and all the whole time I was there, just like I was living a dream. Get to watch Tyson train every day. I get to watch him spar every day. I get to be aside him, and then I also get to spar Isaac as well. So I'm in there doing my own thing, getting better, watching him, getting better, and it's just all surreal. Like, it was amazing just to watch. And then, obviously, sadly, he got the cut when the camp I was on.
Right.
Luckily, I got on a private jet on the way home, so I kept living the dream all the way till I got home, and then landed in Liverpool, so back to the rain, but it was good. Yeah, amazing. I learnt a lot. Come back better than ever.
That period where Jimmy produced some amazing champions, Jimmy Kelly, McGuinness. In fact, one of those, that fight I was talking about when I filmed Your Skills Bout, I think McGuinness was fighting on there. You know, so you McCauley, Jimmy Kelly Jr., Jose Burton. Yeah. These were all in the gym when you were just
when I just started, they were just about doing the thing, going pro and all that. So obviously I've got people to look up to then. So I'm watching them.
Well, who do you look up to then?
Who do I look up to? When I was younger, when I first started, I looked up to Macaulay McGowan. I used to watch him in the gym, and just obviously when you're younger, you're in awe, really, aren't you? Like seeing all these good lads and that, especially Macca. He was top when he's
a character, and
he's a fucking character,
a real character and a ridiculously tough man.
Yeah. But they're my favourite fighters, the tough fighters.
Yeah, his European title bid, which didn't go his way, but I think he made a lot of fans on that night, didn't he?
He already had a lot of fans, never mind after that.
and how will that be for you? I mean, because, you know, it's a popularity sport, boxing. It's not just about talent. I know when you fought at the Forum, and I've been down there filming it, you've always had, you know, a big cheer come out for you. So are you going to be able to do well on the tickets?
Yeah, I think I'll definitely be able to put bums in chairs, 1,000,000%. And anyway, you want to put them in chairs. I'm excited anyway, so I'm going to have more people wanting to watch, so it's all right. Just bring a bit of excitement to it, so it'll be good.
Well, like I say, we're not sure. You've just got to get all the red tape out of the way, get all your medicals done, get all that sorted. But we know before the end of the year, you're going to be hanging up that vest, and
finally get to take it off.
At some point, someone's going to be saying to you, "Want to know?"
Yeah, defo.
Will that sound good?
Oh, beautiful. Been a while since I've had that also, and we can't wait to get it back.
Listen, Macaulay, I'm sorry, Macaulay. I can't wait to for this journey to start, mate. It's one. This excites me because, like I say, I've known you for a long time. I've always been friends with your dad and your brother, and it's one that I always suspected was going to happen. But with all the injuries and everything, I thought it might never. Yeah. And I'm so happy that we're doing this little chat now.
I know, it's been a long time coming on it, but we're here.
Yeah, well, like I say, we're not sure when. Yeah. We will be catching up with you. Hopefully with Steve will be down here, and we can get his take on it, because this is another thing, a first. You're the first boy that he's brought all the way through the amateurs and took him to the pro game. Now that was going to happen with Tyson many a year ago, but it didn't materialise. Yeah. Now you're his first baby, mate.
First one, innit? And it shows, because he loves me.
and he does all that as a problem.
He loves me.
And I think everyone in this gym does, because you are the golden boy of this gym. So hopefully you could lead the way for all the other kids in here to follow in your footsteps, like you're following in Tyson's and
Jimmy's.
That's the plan,
big time.
And Kofi Yates, and
Kofi,
McGowan, and Jimmy Brennan, Jimmy Brennan, serial killer. It was, I think it could be exciting times for Jimmy Egan's Boxing Academy.
1,000,000%. I'll put us on the map and everyone else can follow along, and it's going to be good. Show Steve exactly what type of coach he is. He's fucking top one.
Well, he's proved it on numerous occasions as an amateur. Now he's going to prove it as a pro. I have no doubt he will. And I think he's got a good pupil to start with, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Joe, take care, mate.
You too, Lee. Nice.
See you later, mate. Bye.
See you in a bit.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.